What is going on, guys? The Negro Shot here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the Man of Steel in the DCEU, or is it the DCU? I don't even know at this point. It's kind of weird because I've always wanted to go ahead and just do a video, talking about my thoughts on the Superman character in the DC Extended Universe or DC Universe, whatever you want to call their cinematic universe. But I've always wanted to do a video mainly talking about Superman and people's impressions about the character and whether what DC and Zack Snyder and everybody involved, if they're doing the character justice or not. And I just kind of just want to give you guys my thoughts on basically everything involving Superman in the cinematic universe and where they can possibly go next with the character. So, for those of you guys who don't know, we'll actually hold on, because I think I need to do this first. I think I need to actually sort of go back on some of my words that I said on a previous video, because I wanted to do another review for the Batman vs Superman movie because I saw it. So here's the thing. I've seen the Batman vs Superman movie. I want to say I've seen it maybe like 4 times, 4 or 5 times this year. Yeah, yeah, 4 or 5 times. And I've seen Man of Steel maybe about 4 or 5 times. So for you guys who haven't checked out my review on Batman vs Superman, I think I gave it like a 7 or a 7.5. At the time, I was like, yeah, man, I was right with Aquaman and the dude that plays Cyborg. They was like, man, screw the critics, man. And I was right there with him, like, man, I don't know what these critics are talking about, man, forget the critics. But then I want to say like maybe so like here's the thing, and I know I'm kind of getting off the topic that I wanted to do for this video, but hopefully everything will kind of go back around full circle. Hopefully what I'm saying here will apply a little bit more to my Superman discussion. But so like the first time I watched the movie, I was like, man, you know what? This movie was cool, man. Like I don't see what the critics were really talking about, man. You know? I mean, there's some stuff that I didn't get with the Flash sequence that I still don't get. It's like, does Batman have future, like can he read the can he like dream of the future? Like what was happening there? How did he even know about the Flash? He didn't know about the Flash at the time. So, huh? But yeah. That whole Flash thing, and then all these different dream sequences, that still confused me. So I decided to go to see the movie a second time, and I think I actually saw it a second time. So like I saw it on Thursday, the Thursday before the movie came out, because they have those early screenings, and so I went to get on that Saturday, and I was like, you know what? This is pretty good, man. I like it. I understood it a bit more. I felt like I understood it a bit more. But then I want to say maybe April, maybe June. I saw it again. I watched it with my family, and I was looking at different reviews and stuff and people responses, and I was like, you know what? After like really critically analyzing this movie, because like I said, I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. I was like, okay, I see what you guys mean. Yeah, this movie is retarded. This movie is retarded. Lex Luthor popping Jolly Ranchers in people's mouths, and some of the stuff just didn't make any sense. And the crazy thing is, when I was watching it with my family, oh my god, I was just breaking it down, and we were all having a laugh at basically Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck is very overrated in this movie. Like a lot of people are praising Ben Affleck, and I know that I even kind of gave the guy a pass in my review. If you guys go back, I think I said he did a good job, but it's not really Ben Affleck who did sort of the work here. Because I feel like every time I see Ben Affleck in that movie, I don't see Bruce Wayne. I just don't see Bruce Wayne. it's like when you see RDJ play trying to think Iron Man. I don't know why it took me a minute to think about that. But when you see Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man, or if you see Chris Evans play Captain America, you don't see Chris Evans, you don't see RDJ, you just see the characters. And the same thing with Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. But when I see Ben Affleck, I don't see Batman. I just don't see it. And he didn't do as bad as he did in Daredevil, but yeah, I just noticed I'm going on. Man, I just noticed I'm just going on in a completely different direction to where this video is supposed to go. But my point is Batman versus Superman. I just want to make my point clear that yeah, everything I said in that review, if you go back and watch it, disregard all that. That movie is horrible. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's horrible. Don't go see it, or go see if you haven't seen the extended cut. Go and watch that. That's a little bit better, but it's like 3 hours, and jeez, I mean, it's kind of weird how much crap that they cut in this movie. And I think I can kind of get this video kind of rolling here by sort of tying something that I saw in the uncut version, kind of tying that into the Superman discussion. So a lot of people's problem with the Man of Steel, obviously, there's some people that really, really love the Superman character, and I think I've said this on this channel before. I'm not a Superman fan. I've never loved Superman. Like back in the day with the Superman animated series and the Batman animated series, I always stuck with the Batman one. I didn't really like the Superman one. It took me a minute to like just come around on the Superman animated series and actually watch it, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the Batman animated series. The Superman series was more my brother's speed, while Batman was for me because Batman got things done. But really, people just love this whole Superman character. He's a big Boy Scout. I just never liked the character. He's not interesting. He's basically OP. I mean, you can't really kill him unless you're Doomsday, or I guess if you get him away from the sun. I don't know a lot of comics like that, but he's very, very invincible. Basically, like you can't really touch him. So like, how do you make this character interesting? And that's a problem I've had with the character. He's just uninteresting to me half the time. Cause I remember so the only other Superman movie I've seen besides Man of Steel, which I gotta say Man of Steel is greatness. I don't care what anyone says. I still think that's the best DC extended universe movie so far. But um, what was my point? What was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, Superman. I gotta say, like, the only other Superman movie I've seen was Superman Returns, and every time I tried to watch the movie, I think I've tried to watch the movie maybe twice, and each time I fell asleep because it was just so boring. Like you just see Superman save people over and over and over, and it's just like he had no, and the dude playing him, who actually plays the Atom in the Arrowverse, he just had no emotion to him. Like he was just stoic. And a lot of people's problem with the Henry Cavill Superman, I just don't get. I mean, they claim that I've heard a lot of people say that the Man of Steel movie was boring. It didn't really take that concept of hope and everything that the Superman character stands for. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I mean, there's a lot going on in that movie, and I think that the movie did a great job executing on what the Superman character is and what it means, and really that whole theme about Superman bringing hope to humans, to the people of Metropolis. Yeah, I think that was there. It was definitely there, and a lot of people's hatred toward how Zack Snyder, or how basically everybody in general uh, who were involved with writing the movie and everything, how they handled Pa Kent and Ma Kent, and basically how how a lot of people, they hate the fact that Superman's parents aren't telling him, oh, you need to help these people. You need to do this. Instead, his parents are like, you know what? You don't need to do anything. You don't need to necessarily do anything. You don't have an obligation to help people just because you have those powers. It's like the opposite of Spider-Man. It's like the opposite of what Peter Parker's uncle told him. Great power with great responsibility. Uh, from great power, great responsibility. I can't even remember the quote like that, and that's a shame. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's like the opposite of that, and I totally agree with it. Like for one thing, I like the fact that the Man of Steel, it's a realistic Superman, completely realistic Superman. It's a realistic take on the character. And another thing that a lot of people don't get, even to this day, I don't think, is that this is the Clark that, like, this is the Superman that is just coming up. He's not experienced, especially in Man of Steel. So yeah, he didn't get to save a lot of people in the first movie, but he did save people. And the movie showed him saving people, and I can't believe there's a lot of people that say that they didn't show him saving enough people, and he was just letting the entire metropolis get destroyed and everything. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta check on my nephew. I hear him crying in the background, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably have to cut this. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to check on my baby nephew for a second, so I forgot what I was saying before I had to check on him. But really, I've heard just a lot of stupid complaints, especially when it came to Batman versus Superman. I think that was the worst for a lot of people. A lot of people were basically saying that Henry Cavill, his performance, he was very stoic. He was very dry in that movie, and a lot of people were saying that basically he was just sad all the time. I heard a lot of people saying that, man, he was sad. Like he never smiled. He was just down in the dumps. And the thing is, like, I really think a lot of it is. I think a lot of it is with a lot of people. Because at first, when it came to Man of Steel, I was thinking maybe a lot of the critics and even a lot of fans, they don't understand the approach that Zack Snyder and everybody else on the team is basically trying to portray with the character. It's a realistic take on this character. I mean, if you were this powerful alien that came from another planet and you're basically trying to help people, and it seems like half of the world wants you to help them, and then the other half, doesn't want you to help them. Superman's conflicted in Batman versus Superman. He's conflicted the entire time. Yet, all the time he's trying to do the right thing. He just doesn't know if he should keep helping people because it's just like he can't. It's kind of like he just can't win. It's like he can't satisfy either group of people that would want him to just stop doing what he's doing. And then there's, like I said, there's just these two different sides of people that are either for him or against him, and he's just conflicted the entire time. I mean, I still remember that scene with his mother, and she's like, "You don't." Well, I can't remember the exact words, but she was basically telling him that, you know what, you don't need to help these people. Maybe you don't need to help them at all. You don't owe them anything. And a lot of people, like I said earlier, it's just a lot of people have a problem with that. And I think that this approach is the correct approach to Martha Kent and for Pa Kent in the Man of Steel movie, in the first movie. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, if you imagine if you had a son that had that basically came from another planet, had these powers and stuff, and, like, I mean, it's not his job to save everyone. It's not his job. It's not his duty. It's not, even though you have this power. But see, it has to come from, like here's the thing. So here's what I think about it. It's like it has to come from Clark. Like he has to want to help people. And his father, I still remember in the first movie that his father, when his father, like before his father sent him off on a pod toward Earth, before him and his mother sent him on that pod toward Earth, he said something about, because he knew that he was going to be basically a god amongst men. He's like, man, you can lead them, you can help them, and I think that's basically what Jor-El wanted for him, was for him to be a beacon of hope to those people, and for him to just help those people. That's what his biological father wanted for him. But then his adopted parents, they're like, you don't need to help them. I mean, it's great if you help them, good, but you don't need to help them. You need to help those people out if it means, compromising you having a normal life. We want you to have that normal life. And that goes back to basically Pa Kent basically being like, no, don't help me out. Which I'm still kind of a little mad about him kind of saving the dog before he died, but I'm just stand there because I mean Superman could have helped him, but I get what they were trying to do. But yeah, y'all see what I mean? Like I think the Man of Steel character, I think Superman is very very misunderstood with the DCEU, and I think a lot of people just need to stop because I think another problem is there's a lot of people that are just they're basically comic book huggers. They're basically if it's not like the source material, they're gonna get mad about it. They're comic book huggers, and I mean I say this with anything. I think I've said this a million times on the channel, but like when you adapt a movie, I mean, when you adapt a book or whatever, things are going to change, especially if they're trying to make this more this more grounded universe. The Superman character needs to change because the Superman character, first of all, isn't interesting. He's a very dated character, and it would just be unrealistic for Superman to just go around, haha, I got you, citizen. I saved the day, and he's just smiling all the time. He's just like, great. Like he's not Captain America, I mean, I don't know. That's just what I think about it. Like I think it would just be dumb for him to just be standing like this. I'm Superman all day, man. Like the way I see it, they're getting toward that. They're inching slowly toward the Superman from the comics. That's the way I've always seen it since Man of Steel. They got to get him to that level that he is in the comic books. Because, like I said, in Man of Steel, he was inexperienced. And even in Batman vs Superman, he's conflicted. Should I help these people? And then, even though I did not want him to die in the first movie, I thought that will die in the second movie, since Man of Steel is part of the DCEU. But I did not want him. Like I don't know why they chose to like kill him off so early. I think that was a dumb move, but by him choosing to die for Metropolis and basically all of mankind, because I assumed that Doomsday could kill basically everybody on Earth, he made the decision that, you know what, I'm gonna help these people. These are my people. I love Lois. I love Metropolis. This is my city. This is my planet. I'm gonna protect it, and that's what he did. So now we have the Superman that basically knows what he wants to do. He wants to help people. He wants to help people. He's gonna help them regardless of if they want his help or not. That's the Superman that we're gonna get from now on. And I just want to speak just a little bit about Superman, what we're gonna see next. And oh my God, yeah, I hear my nephew in the background. I don't know if you guys can actually hear a baby crying, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut this again. Sorry, guys. Hopefully I won't get interrupted again. So last part of the video, I just kind of want to talk about what I think is going to happen next for the character for Superman. So really, what's so weird about Batman versus Superman is that they announced that Clark was dead to the public. So like, how do you bring that character back? and Superman is dead, but we all know Superman's gonna come back in Justice League. But the main thing is Clark is dead. So like, what are they gonna do to sort of bring the Clark character back? Like, you can't just like, it would be weird to be like, oh, Clark wasn't dead, and then all of a sudden Superman's not dead. I mean, because then some smart person has to figure out, has to like put two and two together and be like, wait, Clark died on the same day, and Superman died on the same day, and yet they both came back. They both are back in the public eyes and everything on the same day, basically. It would just be weird. I mean, I was watching a video yesterday about well, basically someone had this idea of maybe they could say that Superman was kidnapped, and then when Superman comes back, they can say that Superman rescued Clark from whoever kidnapped him. But that would just be so convoluted and just so stupid. I mean, that's the problem about killing Clark. I mean, they could have just killed Superman and said, "Oh well, Clark is missing. We don't know where Clark is." I mean, yeah, that would still be suspicious because they'd be like, "Wait a minute, a reporter goes missing. A reporter a reporter goes missing the same time that Superman dies." Like someone would still, I'm pretty sure some smart person in Metropolis would figure that out, but I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I think what they could do next, and I'm just spitballing here, but maybe don't even have the Clark Kent persona anymore. Because here's the thing, I've always thought it was stupid that like, hey, these guys don't recognize Clark Kent being Superman just because he has glasses on. That's completely stupid. That's like me taking off my glasses. Oh my god, my eyes. But that's like me taking off my glasses and everyone's like, oh, who the heck is this guy? It's like, no, no, you know that I'm me. You wouldn't, like, realistically, they would know that is Clark. They would know that Clark is Superman in a real life setting. Like, there's no way in the world that you wouldn't put two and two together, that you wouldn't figure out that this reporter is Superman. But I just think they just need to get rid of the Clark Kent persona. I mean, they've already made strides toward that with Clark and Lois, since Lois already knew that he was Superman. And I think in Superman media, and I think even the source material, like, she never really knows about him being Superman. I think until, like, later on in their relationship, I think maybe even he either tells her in the comics or she finds out or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know Superman comics like that, because like I said, I never really cared about the character. But I'm just saying, they made strides toward sort of getting rid of this Clark Kent persona, and it would just be stupid. It would just be stupid. It's unrealistic. I think they can just go ahead and kill off the Clark Kent persona, but I kind of doubt that they would do that. But like I said, they kind of made strides toward that, so it wouldn't be too far fetched for them to say, okay, he's not gonna go around as Clark Kent anymore. I mean, it works for Iron Man in the MCU. I mean, everyone knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man, so. But it's a different universe, but still. But there's also been that speculation of, because we all know Superman's coming back, so he's gonna have that black suit and, I guess, the long hair or whatever. Um, like I said, I'm not gonna pretend to know a lot about Superman lore, so that's all I can really say about what we can see from Superman, going forward. That's all I can kind of speculate about. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully the sound quality isn't horrible. This phone that I'm using now, I just got a new phone recently. This iPhone 6. I recently upgraded from a iPhone 4. Yes, an iPhone 4. You guys heard me right. an iPhone 4. I've had that thing for like 3 years. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, the quality of this video, it might be a little bad because before I got this phone, the person that gave me this phone, like an idiot, didn't tell me that he got water in it, and because water got into the phone, the I guess maybe the microphone might be a little jacked up, and I already know the speakers on the phone are kind of jacked up, so I don't know if the quality of this video might be affected by you know the person getting water into this phone before I got it. So just want to give you guys that little disclaimer if you guys are wondering why the volume is so low or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe for more. If you guys want to actually see me talk more about the DC universe or the MCU for that matter, leave a like, leave a comment, and everything. And I'll always look at the comments. I'm always trying to look at the comment section when someone decides to post. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This has been Negro Shotty. I'm out of here. Peace.